Operational Plan. Spring maintenance. Everything starts to pile up in the spring during farming, so the work has to be dispersed evenly throughout the members of the operation. Till the end of March, feeding cattle is a two-man job, so every morning Michael and Dallin feed cows. It takes approximately 2 hours. Blair checks the grain prices for that day and markets as much grain as possible, and if there's any already marketed, he starts to load up in the truck and haul to town. Terry does the books and keeps all the financials up to date and in balance. She checks the fertilizer and seed prices and consults the rest of the group on what to do, and we suggest what to buy and how much of it to buy. When the cattle are out to the pasture, the seeding maintenance begins and everyone has part of that. The seeder maintenance is done by Blair with the help of Michael and Dallin, while Dallin checks the GPS of the sprayer and seed tractor to make sure they are still working in case we need to call out a technician. Terry is on standby for parts in case we need to send her into the dealership and pick something up for us. General maintenance of the trucks is spread between the two men.
Seeding. Blair is in control of the numbers for seeding. He looks over the soil test reports and determines the fertilizer to buy for that field, and he runs into town to get the fertilizer. For Michael and Dallin, who take turns throughout the day running the air seeder, and Blair takes over at night while everyone rests up for the next day. Blair and whoever else is not running the air seeder is in charge of treating seed for the next field and going to seed farms to pick up new seed. Haying. For the haying operation, Michael is in charge of cutting hay with the hay vine, while Dallin and Blair get the baler and rake ready to go, which includes greasing, oil changes, belt changing, and so on. When the hay is ready to go, Michael keeps cutting ahead of the rake and baler so we do not have to wait to let the hay cure. Dallin is in charge of raking hay in the mornings and letting it dry out in the afternoon when he can go bale. Blair is in charge of first crop spraying application and checking the cows out in pasture. Terry does the books from seeding and is calculating the cost of fertilizer, seed, and fuel to go along with doing payroll.
Cattle. During the summer when there is not much to do in the field, we will all go out and fix corrals that have been wrecked during the winter by the cattle, and we will build panels out of metal for portable pens and windbreaks to shelter the cattle in the winter.
Spraying. For second and third pass for spraying, Blair is in the sprayer going from field to field, while Michael is going into town for watering chemicals when needed, and when not needed is helping Dallin hauling bales from the field to the yard. Terry is in charge of meals and keeping track of the numbers of bales coming into the yard and calculating how much hay we will need for the winter and if we can sell any of the hay or if we have to keep it all.
Harvest. During harvest, because we have 2 combines, a grain cart, and 2 trucks, we need to hire someone to run a truck while Michael, Blair, and Dallin are taking turns between the combines and the grain cart. Terry is on the phone with the truck driver so that she knows what grain is in what bin and how much of that crop is in the bin. When Blair is finished swathing ahead of the combines, he's baling straw that the combine is dropping for bedding in the winter for the cattle.
Post-harvest. We all go out to each pasture and chase the cattle back to the yard and begin the maintenance of the feeding equipment so it's ready for winter. Blair begins to watch the grain prices to see if the operation can get in some late year grain hauled at a good price. Terry's in charge of year-end and final grain tally and hay difference from year before. Michael's in charge of doing a ration for the cattle for the winter depending on the quality of hay.